Winter has blanketed the hills in white. Our protagonist, a seasoned outdoorsman, walks alone across the sparse snow, searching for the ideal spot. He seeks not comfort, but challenge. Pushing through brittle bushes, he stops, drawing his small shovel from his pack. He clears away dead leaves and patches of snow, driving a few sticks into the ground as markers. A new project is about to begin. The real work commences. He uses a handsaw, meticulously cutting down small but sturdy nearby saplings. Wasting no time, he uses an axe to trim the branches, then saws them into equal lengths. Intriguingly, he doesn't just cut. He skillfully uses the saw and a chisel, or axe edge, to carve mortise and tenon joints. Classic woodworking techniques right in the wilderness. Using his shovel, he digs small holes in the cleared ground. The first frame goes up, 2 pairs of wooden poles crossed and locked together, securely using the joinery, reinforced further with natural twine. He continues erecting similar tripod frames, creating a stable, multi-legged structure. The primary material appears. He moves to an area thick with young, flexible saplings or shoots, using his saw to harvest a multitude of long, thin, pliable branches. He bundles them up and carries them back to the site. A unique structure starts to take shape. He clears a circular patch of ground, uses a bent branch to form a large circle on the ground as a template. He drives small stakes around this circle. Then, he takes longer branches, plants them in the ground, bends them over, and ties them together at the apex, creating a huge, dome-shaped frame resembling a bird's nest. The intricate weaving begins. He starts threading the flexible, horizontal branches in and out of the vertical poles of the dome frame. Layer by layer, the woven walls and integrated roof take form, creating a unique, egg-shaped structure standing firmly on its tripod legs. For added strength, he uses smaller twigs to lash the intersection securely. He even crafts a pointed tower-like structure, also using weaving techniques, and attaches it to the very top of the dome, perhaps a chimney or vent. Inside this bird's nest, he doesn't forget a floor. He uses sturdy logs as crossbeams, then lays smaller branches tightly across them, creating a simple but effective wooden platform to sit or lie on. A second layer of covering is added. He gathers large bundles of long, thin reeds or dry grasses. He meticulously ties small bundles vertically onto the exterior woven frame using twine, creating a thick thatched outer layer. For easy access, he cuts a few more logs, uses his saw and chisel to create notches, and lashes them together with twine, building a simple wooden ladder. He places the ladder against the entrance of the nest structure. He climbs the ladder, enters the structure, and continues reinforcing the floor by laying down more thick branches. He lies down, testing the strength and comfort of this unique treehouse bed. The next phase happens on the ground. He again creates a smaller circular frame with flexible branches and drives stakes around it. He continues using weaving techniques to build a low cylindrical structure, like a large bottomless basket. He makes a door for the nest. He bends a large flexible branch into a circle, reinforces it with a crossbar, then weaves thin reeds onto the circular frame, creating a lightweight round door panel. Searching for a natural binder, he finds a patch of moist earth and digs up clay soil with his shovel. He spreads out a large plastic sheet, shovels the clay onto it. He walks to a nearby frozen puddle, uses his shovel to break the ice to get water, carries it back in a container, pours it onto the clay, and thoroughly mixes it with his feet, kneading it into a thick daub mixture. To strengthen the daub, he goes to a nearby field and gathers handfuls of dry grass, bundling it into a large armful. He thoroughly mixes the dry grass into the wet clay daub. Then the plastering begins. Handful by large handful, he throws and smears the daub mixture firmly onto the entire exterior surface of the woven nest structure, including the chimney. Mud and grass combine to create a thick, insulating, and windproof shell. The final layer of insulation and camouflage. He finds trees covered in thick moss, carefully peeling off large patches. He lays out a patterned blanket on the ground, piles the moss onto it, wraps it up into a large bundle, and carries it back. He meticulously applies the fresh moss patches onto the still damp daub layer. Each piece is pressed firmly, covering the entire structure, even the woven door and the chimney cap. The structure now looks like a natural part of the forest, a giant green mossy egg. Preparing the inside. He goes out again to gather more dry grass, using the blanket to carry another large bundle. He climbs the ladder, brings the dry grass inside, and spreads it evenly and thickly over the wooden floor, creating a substantial insulating mattress. He adds more blankets on top. The shelter is ready. Cleaning and preparing the campsite. He gathers thin, twiggy branches, ties them into a makeshift broom, and sweeps the ground around the base of the structure. He arranges stones into a neat fire ring just in front. He places a bed of dry moss in the center of the stone ring, arranges kindling and larger pieces of wood in a teepee structure. Using a furrow rod and his knife striker, he showers sparks onto tinder, blows it into flame, and lights the campfire. He carefully adds more wood until the fire is well established. While the fire burns, he finds rosehip bushes with ripe red hips still clinging to the branches. He picks a handful, puts them in his metal kettle with water from his canteen, and places the kettle on the burning logs to boil rosehip tea. Once brewed, he pours the steaming tea into a copper mug and savors the warmth in the cold air. The meal begins. He takes pre-skewered pieces of meat, looks like poultry, and places them on a simple branch grill gas set over the fire. He turns the skewers and sprinkles salt as they cook. Night descends. Inside the shelter, lit candles cast a flickering, magical glow, creating a warm and peaceful ambience. He leans back, relaxing. The scene shifts, perhaps showing another project. He walks through snow, finds a spot on a slope, and begins digging a deep rectangular hole into the earth, the beginnings of a dugout shelter. He returns to digging the dugout. He carves a small hole through the back earthen wall, likely a vent or a chimney flue. He digs another small connecting pit just outside the back wall. Building the roof structure. He finds and carries back larger logs. Using his saw and axe, he carves deep saddle notches to join two logs into a sturdy A-frame, erecting it firmly at the entrance of the dugout. He uses his shovel to backfill earth around the base, securing it. He cuts another long log to serve as the ridgepole, resting one end on the A-frame's apex and the other on the earthen bank at the back of the dugout. The basic roof framework is now complete. He continues cutting more smaller logs, leaning them against the ridgepole, covering both sloping sides of the A-frame structure, forming the roof and walls. He gathers an armful of even smaller, thinner branches. Inside the dugout, he prepares a sleeping platform. He cuts short stakes, sharpens them, and drives them into the ground. He lays horizontal poles across the stakes, lashing them securely with twine. Then, he lays smaller branches parallel across this frame, creating a simple raised wooden bed, keeping him off the cold ground. He lies down to test it. Final touches on the entrance? He adjusts the roof logs. He uses small branches and twine to create a simple frame for the doorway. He uses round logs, stacking them horizontally to fill in the front wall space around the entrance. He creates a small awning above the door. A simple door, made from lashed logs, is fitted into the opening. Insulation and camouflage. He gathers large amounts of green moss. He meticulously packs and presses the moss all over the exterior log roof and walls. He temporarily covers the entrance with a clear plastic sheet. He starts a fire in the prepared fire pit inside the dugout. He sits on a handmade wooden stool, enjoying the warmth. He then lies down to rest. He goes outside to split more firewood logs with his axe, brings the split wood inside and lays it neatly on the earthen floor, creating a temporary wooden floor surface. Preparing a special meal. He takes out a large fish, cleans it, scores the sides, seasons it, and wraps it tightly in aluminum foil. He mixes clay soil with water, then completely encases the foil-wrapped fish in a thick layer of this mud. He places the resulting clay bomb directly into the glowing embers of his fire pit. Night falls. He builds up the fire in the pit. He uses pieces of bark to hold candles, illuminating the dugout's interior. After some time, he carefully retrieves the hardened clay ball from the fire, uses his axe to crack open the baked clay shell, revealing the steaming foil packet inside. He unwraps the foil. Steam and the aroma of cooked fish fill the air. He enjoys his delicious clay-baked fish meal,